Although a lot of these tools are made to work with Civil 3D, there's still times when we just want some good old classic tools for working with civil or survey. And so this tool came about from multiple surveyors who were requesting a simple classic pipe maker. They wanted to be able to draw a line or polyline between two points and create a pipe just using that line. They didn't want to do any Civil 3D work. They didn't need it, and so the generic or classic pipe maker came about. And so what we're going to do, we're just going to kind of walk through some of the settings here. And so I'm going to choose S for settings, and you have the ability to work with a center line of the pipe and the edges of the pipe, and you can choose whether to add both or just one or the other. We're going to add both of them, and we're going to actually select layer. So for the center line of the pipe, we're going to choose center, and for the edges, we're going to choose the util storm pipe layer. And notice with the center line, we're actually going to widen the center line to match the pipe width. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. I'm going to ask specify pipe thickness. I'm going to say that it's 2 meters, or in this case, we're setting it just 24 inches, 2 feet here. I'm going to select the pipe line, the line that was drawn between the two inverts. And notice that it draws all of that in for us. It places the center line on the correct layer, the edges of the pipe on the correct layer, and also widens the center line to being the size of the pipe. You notice that it's a global width of 2. Let's look at some of these other settings. I'm going to start the command again and go to settings, and this time we're going to say I don't want to show the center line. We are going to show some edges here, and so we're going to include the edges, and we're going to leave those settings alone. We just changed this and said I don't want to see a center line. This is actually the basis of the app, the little tool here. This is what the surveyors first requested. So we're going to select that center line. It's going to remove the center line and place 2 lines, the edges of the pipe, at the width of the pipe. And finally, let's look at one other setting here. We just want to not include the edges this time, and we're going to widen the center. And so we go ahead and click OK. Still, the pipe thickness is 2. And we're going to select this pipe. So we see the many different options that we could work with. These are just lines or polylines, depending on whether we told it to widen or not. It just took what the existing object was and made those adjustments. Very easy to work with. Once those settings are set, you can go through and select all of those lines that were drawn in between the two inverts and make the pipes look the way you want in your drawing.